It's my pleasure to welcome Jehan Manekshaw. Jehan is the Mumbai-based co-founder and managing director of Theatre Professionals Pvt Limited and also co-founder of the Drama School. An alumnus of Wesleyan University and London University, Jehan has co-designed and developed programs to weave drama in education pedagogies into the teaching learning practices of over 30 schools in Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore and Hyderabad. The workshop is Igniting the Senses, using the aesthetic power of drama in pre-primary classrooms. Jehan?
Good morning, everybody. Oh, we can do better than that for sure. Good morning, everybody. Thanks. I know you do this with your learners, so I'm doing it with you. Let's just start with one simple request for the next 40 minutes. Can we have the timer on, please, for 40 minutes? I'd ask for that. Thanks. I'm going to ask you to all put your cell phones face down on the tables. I promise you, you don't need to photograph anything that we're going to do today. If it's there, it will stay in your memory. If it isn't, it won't. So put your cell phones face down. And the second one is for people in the back, if you see all of these tables where there are empty seats, just whilst I'm speaking, I won't take time and wait for you to do this, but please do stand up, come forward, and take seats where we can all be present with each other, because whilst that was an amazing talk, and I've taken home a lot from it, it was all the way from Palo Alto, and here we are all in the room together, and drama is all about being present, human beings being present with each other in the room. So do come forward and do take seats, and make sure you're at a table with a bunch of people because of the work that we're going to be doing, okay? So thank you so much for the introduction. That is exactly all I really have to say about it, except for the fact that I'm on a mission right now to take this word drama and give you a bigger sense of it, rather than what we've all understood from all the many meetings I've had with schools and educators, where we think of drama as speech and drama, or as that extracurricular activity that happens in a school, or as a bolt-on activity. And my work over here is to take sort of the bad word. It's become in terms of education, what is it? And it should be equally woven in to the work that we do. I'm just going to also say that it's really hard to follow that act. So I can only speak from my own experience. I cannot speak from huge amounts of research and data. The biggest thing that I want to share about that is that computation has changed the world, for sure. And that is what we have got out of that. And everything that was said right now makes absolute sense in the new world that we are inhabiting. But I'm going to take you back to one idea, which is one of the constants that has been there throughout has been change itself. And how do we deal with the change? And maybe we need to go back all the way into the history and talk about that change. What is the other constant that allows us to cope with the change? And if you look at all the jargon around 21st century learning skills, how many of you have had a drama experience in your life? Right? Can you tell me, did that do anything for your creativity? Yes or no? Did it do anything for your collaboration? Yes or no? Did it do anything for your critical thinking? Yes or no? Communication? Confidence? Okay. Drama has been around for more than 21 centuries. That's what I'd like to share with you. Okay? Is the clicker working? So, with respect to early years, what I realize, or what I work with, is this premise that learning is, at this point, an evolutionary survival mechanism. It is the absolute idea that we have to learn. If we don't learn, we don't survive. And I'll go back to an experience of mine. I have a 4.5-year-old at home. His name is Aiden. And he's extremely verbal. He talks a lot. He has a really great vocabulary because we have lots of conversations, etc., etc. And the flip side of that is that I can't get him to be quiet. I'm being polite. I'm in the car, I'm on my hands-free, suddenly a principal calls, I'm like, Aiden, you have to be quiet now. And nope, babble, babble, babble. Dada, let me tell you something. Dada, who's that on the phone, etc. And we were in the Nilgiris on a holiday where we were walking through a tea garden. And it was just Aiden and me, and he was singing along and babbling along and talking about all sorts of things with me. And suddenly, from the tea bushes about 50 yards away, we heard a raspy breathing sound, like a saw, somebody cutting wood. Now, the first time I'd heard that sound was when I was 5 years old. And it was a leopard in the bushes. Now, I don't know what kicked in, but I picked up Aiden. He heard it. He heard me. We didn't see it. And I thought, this kid's not going to stop talking. And I just went, shh. And something in my being and something in Aiden's being kicked in. And we quietly stepped back and walked away from that space. And he was silent. And that's evolutionary mechanisms of survival at place. He learned, he was imitating, he sensed something was wrong, and you can't teach that stuff. It just comes in. And this has been ingrained into our beings forever. So this is my sort of theory on it. And I can back it up with the research because now, you know, you have a theory on something, you go to the internet, you'll find the research to back your theory up, and then you'll become an expert. But this is good theory, which is that it seems, and some of you will know Bloom's, I mean, you all know Bloom's, but the science around it is that 50% of our learning pathways, etc., all develop before the age of 4. Like a lot of how we think our cognitive abilities are, the biophysical is all developed before the age of 4. So it says something, it just maps to that idea. So this is what children have to do at this age, right? And so at this stage of heightened learning ability as a matter of evolutionary survival, we have to observe, we have to imitate, we have to be curious. This is something that there's already in their systems throughout, right? We get hurt, we make believe, we role play. These are natural, they're just absolute evolutionary devices that exist in our system, correct? And we play. And it's great where even in the world of bringing computational thinking into our humanity and into our human existence, it was a delightful slide to see that it has to be play, learning through play. And I have that slide as well. So I'm a bit like, okay. So where does theater fit into this? Theater is play. It is the artistic height of what we naturally do as human beings. It is taking it to the artistic pinnacle, this idea that playing, make-believe, role play, pretend play, as if, what if, right? And so that is and theater is that pinnacle artistic form. And so that's why we say, no, I'm not going to watch a theater. I'm going to watch a play, right? And it's deeply experiential at all kinds of levels. You kind of know this from that great expression, tell me something I forget, show me something, etc., etc. And this is an interesting set of statistics that I just came up with when I was looking at drama and pre-primary work. But I've drawn a line over here. And what was really interesting about the CT talk also was this idea that all of it has to be interactive. All of it has to be involved with a teacher, with somebody who can mediate the experience. Everything above that line is the passive learning. And so that for that active learning, you need to be able to mediate a guided experience for those kids to have that work in place. And if we're saying that 90% of what they see, hear, and do is where the learning is, and it's experiential, then the other thing you need to know about the dictionary definition of drama, it comes from the Greek. Drama means to act. Not to act as in to perform, right? But to take an action, to do something. And that's what drama means. So the very definition of drama is doing. And you can't see it over here, but it's an aesthetic medium. And let's just talk about aesthetics for a second. What's the opposite of aesthetic? Yes. I'm going to give you a hint, but not the answer I'm looking for. The opposite of aesthetic has the word aesthetic in it. Add a prefix. Let me hear it. Anesthetic. No, and it's used in a medical context. Anesthetic. Anesthetic is the opposite of aesthetic. What do anesthetics need to do in order for you to survive the knife? Kill your senses. Block them all. What does aesthetic do? It brings your senses to life. When you are alive, when your senses are alive and engaged, you are learning the most. Drama is an aesthetic medium. And I wanted to also bring the divide of where computational thinking for this new 21st century, it takes our relationship to AI and all of that together. And I'm just babbling a bit because I haven't prepared this bit, but I wanted to make this connection. When we did the Google search of computational and all those suggestions came up, where was computational art? Where was computational humanity? Where was computational aesthetics? And I think my prediction and my money is on the idea that artificial intelligence will become deeply intelligent and there'll be super machine capability, right? But I don't think that hyperintelligence will ever go to consciousness and sentience, self-awareness. And I think those things stay in the human realm, right? And so you cannot take the human out of the equation. So if you balance that and everything we just heard about CT with this, drama, a human interaction, interactive with each other, right? Collaborative, community, all of those ideas, then we have a relationship between this future world of AI and the world of human beings and humanity. So drama for learning puts the teacher at the center of the process, because this is the main person who's going to mediate everything that we do. And it is to take basically the powerful methods from the rehearsal room that we use to create performances and turn them into, and retool them towards pedagogy. And there's a whole history about it. In the US, it's called drama-based instruction. There's a lot of work out of the University of Texas on this. In the UK, it's called drama for learning. There was an entire school system that did a whole primary school improvement program through drama, where they empowered all the teachers with the ability of using these methods in their everyday teaching and learning, and this is the point. And in some places, they called it accelerated learning techniques, and then when you looked at the entire toolkit, it was just drama, drama, drama. And when the person who did this was challenged on this at a conference, he said, I know it's drama, Lovey, but don't call it that, because everyone's mind goes somewhere else. And I'm trying to say drama is not a bad word. So that's what I wanted to leave you with. So if you've got this environment where you have your learners and they're all already doing this, then all you can do as a teacher is maximize the learning journey and the experiences that they can have in which all of this happens. You can't teach. You can structure play. Another great idea that came in from the previous talk. So when we look at early years teachers, and when Drama for Learning looks at early years teachers, they look at them as designers of learning experiences, as playmates, because you have to be able to play at the level of your child, as storytellers, and we're going to do an exercise around that, because we're not going to sit for much longer, and somebody who can do guided imagination exercises, if that makes sense, where you take them through an experiential imaginative journey. And yes, a teacher as a performer, but not a teacher as an actor, but as a performer. Kids pick up on your energy, right? In a room, especially your early years kids. So when you come into the room, to know what your energy level is and to know that they're going to reflect it immediately. So a lot of this work in the pre-primary, especially with drama, is about cultivating a teacher's own self-awareness about how they work, their own soft skills, their own energy levels, so that they can then take the kids and see what the kids are giving them and enter sort of a feedback loop with them about the kids' imagination, their imagination, where they can guide and bring all of their training and pedagogy to bear on designing a beautiful experience for the child. So, I have, okay. Nope, I'm good. Did I? Never mind. I've lost my, okay, fine. Are we all around? We have to get up. I'm going to wing this. This is called the action dance. So let's just think about, first of all, please do make sure you're at, like, invite people to your tables if your tables have 4 or 3 people. Bring a couple more people in, right? Okay. So here's how this is going to work. We're going to think of some simple chores, some simple daily household routines that you can think of. Can we look at, so if you look at each other, face each other. Okay, right. Say hi, make friends, make eye contact. Good, okay. Now you're going to say to the group, be in a circle around the table as much, or make a circle. Join the table behind you if you're running out of people. Very good. Okay. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to think of your daily morning ritual of waking up and getting ready. Okay? All the things you do between when you woke up to getting out of the door. Right? Just think about that for a second, and think of a particular action. Brushing your hair, brushing your teeth, making your toast, whatever it is, think of it, okay? And say, hi, I am, and we're going to go in a circle, so everyone one person start, put your hand up first, just say, I'll start. Identify your beginner. And you'll go clockwise around, and the person will say, what's your name, ma'am? Pardon? Hiral. Yeah. Hi, I'm Hiral, but Hiral will do her action, which is whatever Hiral's action is. So hi, I'm Hiral, and she'll brush her hair. And everyone else will reply, hi, Hiral, and what will they do? And how will they do it? Exactly the way that Hiral is doing it. And what you want to do is you want to try and acknowledge that person and their suggestion by being completely positive and intent in, I am going to do it exactly as you did it. Okay? So let's start. Do that. So I should see, yes, everyone say hi and drink their cup of tea and then move to the next person. Ma'ams, you can face in and all, please participate. And everyone stretch. Okay. Okay. Have you all done it? Look at each other. Okay. Look around the table. Just mentally remember. Have you guys done it? Okay. Mentally remember the sequence of people. Look at each. No, wait. It's fine because the person will also lead their cue, right? But what you need to do is just look around and remember kind of who and what they did. Don't worry. We'll figure it out. I'm going to play some music now. Softer. Much softer. I need to be heard. Oh. Okay. So, start with Hiral and say Hiral and brush your hair until I say change. And everyone brush your hair. Or no, everyone do the action of what they would do to the first person. So everyone do the action of the first person in your group. Do it to the music, to the music. And change. Next person. To the music. And next person. Change. And now see if you can make the actions bigger with the music. And change. Copy the action, make it really good. It's a good, solid action. And change. And change. Bigger actions. You're dancing now. And change. And change. And make eye contact with each other. Be friends. And change. And change. Is everyone done it? Thank you. Pause. 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 Go back to the go back to the top of the track. Go back to the 10-second mark on this same track. Okay. Fine. This okay. Oh wow. Well, we'll try it. Let's see. This is a bonus round. Pause. Okay. So pick the action you enjoyed the most doing in your table. Pick the action that you enjoyed doing most in your table. This is the bonus conference round, okay? That was the action you would have done with your kids. Okay. And so you as a group are going to do it, and everyone else is going to watch and try and watch. Is the video camera guy? If you could just point to whichever group I'm pointing to. Okay? Try as much as possible, I don't know. Okay. Right. And music, go. You guys do it everyone do it for the room. Let the room see your action. And go, table 1. Table 2. And table 3. Other tables copy. And table 4. Other tables copy. Look at table 4. And table 5. Yeah. Okay, and thank you. We'll stop it there. You can in a 30-minute class, you can come up with an entire choreography around sports, around going out in the jungle, around any category of learning you can think about, which gets them involved, gets them participating in that action. Did that make sense? The question that we always ask as drama drama specialists with you as educators is, this is the drama tool. How do you want to use it in your classroom as an educator? Right? And that's what you need to start thinking about. Because it's always going to be dialogic. It can't be us just giving you stuff and saying, this is how to use it. Where is your own... Are we all here? Okay, take a breath in. Okay. The point is, the teacher has to think about how they want to use this. Can you think already about 6 scenarios in which you could use this exercise? Yes? There you go. You are innovating, you are creating, you are making this happen. Not us. Not the drama specialist, the educator, who has drama tools in their capabilities. So, now in the middle, now you can all sit and be calm. In the middle of your table, imagine that there is a packet everyone point to the packet, of many different colored balloons. Yes? Yes? Can you see it? Everyone look at the packet. Yeah? Establish consensus about this packet by just behaving with it, by seeing it, by opening it. Someone politely distribute different colored balloons to everybody in the room? Somebody volunteer. If 3 people went for the packet, then there's 3 packets. So share the packet. So share the packet, right? And now you've got this unblown balloon. It's a rubber. Stretch it. Yeah, unblown. Sorry, it's a packet of. Yeah. My bad. I should have been more specific with my language, which is very important in language development skills with pre-primary. You as a facilitator need to know what you're saying. I mucked up. Okay, sorry. Yes, stretch it, get it limber. What color is it? Everyone's balloon is red? With 1 or 2 blues? Okay, so now find this. You're going to blow it up, okay? Right? And breathe in through your nose. Breathe in through your nose and put air into the balloon. Is it getting bigger? See how the shape is going? Is your anyone balloon pop? Get another one from the packet. Get another one from the packet. I thought I bought good balloons. I don't know why that happened. Stay with the imagination exercise, right? I thought I bought good balloons. Blow, blow. What shape is it taking? Is it a long balloon? Is it a round balloon? Does it have a pattern on it? Just imagine it for yourself. Get it to a nice size. One more deep breath. Don't overblow it. Don't pop it. Just get it to just where you think it's all making that right sound when you tap it. Okay, tie your balloon, tie your balloon. Great. And now stand up. Hold your balloon in the air. Find some space for yourself. Find some space. The second track. Okay. Again, under my volume. And you are going to just gently bounce it and keep it with you. Look at your balloon. Don't look at me. Look at your balloon. Imagine your balloon. Right? Now see if you can bounce it with your elbow. Find the balloon. And oh, it's going away. Grab it with your hand. Right? Can you bounce it with your shoulder? And watch it go up. How long does it take to come back down? How long does it take to come back down? Right? Keep watching. It's gone. Blow up another balloon. And see if you can roll it off your back. Now pass your balloon with a hip bump to your friend. Catch your friend's balloon. Catch your friend's balloon as it floats through the air. Okay. And throw your balloons high into the air. And imagine a big breeze and it's wafting away and it's going, all the balloons are going that way. Say bye to your balloon. They're going that way, they're going that way, they've gone. Look far, look after them, look, are they? Oh, all those red balloons and 5 blue ones. Lovely. Thank you very much. And the final activity is, can you, I love ladies. Can you fish out an everyday object from your purse that is not a cell phone or something electric? Please, bring it out. And just with the partner next to you, find a partner. Okay, look at this object, right? Actually, swap it with your partner. Swap it with your partner so it's not your object. Very good. Okay, now think about this. We are going to work as storytellers. But how do we become storytellers? Are you with me, everybody? How do we become storytellers? Think about this object. Imagine a strange location that you might have been in, and you found that object lying on the floor over there. What is this object? Why is that particular object there? Think about the answers to those questions. You don't know. You're equally curious, right? Imagine who it might have belonged to. Not the person who gave it to you. Divorce that fact. Imagine who it might have belonged to. Just think about it to yourself. And did they lose it? Did they lose it by accident, or did they leave it there intentionally? Think about that answer. What are the consequences of them leaving it there, or keeping it, or losing it? Would they want the object back, or not? What was the relationship between that object and that location? Are you coming up with imagined answers to these questions? Yes? You can take this, now share the partner who you took the object from, okay? Oh, give that person whose object it is a characteristic, like who might she or he be, how old they would have been or not been. Just imagine it. There's no right answer. It's whatever you come up with, right? Tell that story to your partner. You as a teacher, trying to make sure the other person has a curiosity and an interest about it, right? What you really are achieving, or what you're trying to say is, you want more curiosity to come out of the other person. And yes, it can be funny, it can be frivolous, but it's still there. And when you're wrapped up with your stories, you can just put your hands up and tell me that you're done. Teachers can, okay, great, thank you. Thank you. We have to move on. Okay. So finally, I can't run this exercise because we're not in the right space. Gosh, this story is continuing to go. That's brilliant. Okay. I know, it's great. They couldn't stop themselves. That's great. Okay. So this came from, we have a whole article on this on our website, and there's all this information. If you need it, just get in touch, and we'll give you everything that we have. It's just there. It's for the taking. This came from Timira Gupta, one of our drama specialists. She ran this pilot version of this program at JBCN in Bombay, where she equipped a lot of pre-primary teachers through this work. And she written an article of the importance. She's now the executive director of a school in Bombay, and she wrote an article about the importance of this. But I'm just going to share this with you. This is a learning journey that Timira took her kids on, or teachers have subsequently taken their kids on. Just listen to it. Close your eyes, please. Each child stuffs into their bag, this is you as a teacher, okay? Each child stuffs into their bag what they think they will need. This is intellectual development through personal choice. The teacher then takes the children for a long, long trek, singing and humming through the day and night, cognitive, and various weather conditions, more cognitive understanding. And landforms, which require swimming through rivers, crawling under hedges, climbing up rocks, and other such physical needs. Where they often stop to see a rare bird or an insect. This is imagination, along with social agreements, as all must agree that the bird's beak is purple and the wings are green. And at least once to have to decide whether to kill the wild animal or save themselves from it, intellectual and emotional development by thinking about choice and empathy. By hiding in a cold, dark cave or some other place, cause and effect, critical thinking. The trek usually has a night stop where everyone climbs trees, rests in absolute silence. Emotional development through contemplation and reflection. Gazing at the stars. By the time morning comes, everyone is back in the classroom, and no one really cares that we didn't reach the top of the mountain, or that we really didn't have to trek our way back down. Social development through shared imagination. Timira tells a very funny story. Thank you. Timira tells a very funny story about how when she'd imparted this skill set to a group of teachers, they took them on an activity to the beach. And all the kids started to do this work on the beach. Build sandcastles, get ice creams, etc. And two learners turned a desk upside down and pushed it out to sea and got into the upside down desk and started rowing. And the teacher went, "What are you doing? You can't do that." And then she immediately went, "Oh, of course they can." And it's that self-awareness and that sort of, oh yes, we're on an imagination exercise, let the kids go where they go, and you structure it. So this is what I meant by a guided imagination exercise, and the teacher as storyteller. And you've seen how a lot of this sort of somewhere got addressed. Of course, with the specificity of instruction, you can get a lot more vocabulary in. The research is all out there. I'm not going to go into this. I just want to talk about this one. I went from the highly active exercise to the balloon blowing exercise to pair work, and I did it all in like 3-minute to 5-minute intervals, which is the ideal. Teachers who do this work speak of the fact that they don't have to manage their classrooms anymore. Their classrooms go in a state of flow from beginning to end, with the teacher as master director, master facilitator, friend, colleague, playmate, all of the things we discussed. That happened. Pragya made me correct it, but for some reason I've got the wrong folder up. Attentive children, good. Yes. Did I make a mistake? Okay. No, but I mean, I have to respond to that somehow as a teacher. So if you're going to do this, how do I implement it in my school? And it's funnily enough, it's almost exactly like what we heard about how to bring STEM into the system. First of all, you can't teach this stuff overnight, nor should you. You can't do it in a single PD and out. You have to stay involved with the school. If you're going to do this in primary and pre-primary, I would suggest that you work with the teachers for 2 years or 1 year, give them regular access to this methodology, give them the time to try it out for themselves, give them the time to be curious about it, to fail with it, to succeed with it, and over time to make it their own. And it's time that is key. But once it's embedded in the school, once it's embedded in all your teachers, then what happens is it becomes a culture in the school. So even when new teachers come in, they see what's happening around them and they pick it up immediately. Right? So this is sort of the model. And somewhere, I just like to say, we're at an education awards conference. This is a fact. And I think it's because, just like in STEM, one of the questions you guys asked and was answered was, teachers come with their own understanding of mathematics, etc., and they figure out a way to teach it. You all come with your own understanding of creative play, of role play, of imagination, of fun, and so use that. And it's just about activating those again. So I leave you with the idea that we should just basically engage with drama and teach with joy. Thank you very much.